been a bit since we got to play some Repentance. Non-co-op, at least. Side A, we already know, is toasted. Side B, dude, Blue Baby... I mean, this is a gimme. You gotta start knocking out some of this Blue Baby stuff. So we're going to... Let me just look at this post-it note. We can do Dark Path. We can do Boss Rush. We can do Mega Satan. We could do True Ending. We could do Alt Path. And we can press the E button to augment this. So my philosophy for many Tainted characters, including this Tainted character, is just ignore the Tainted effects. And just... I ignore your Tainted mechanics and substitute my own. It would be nice to knock these characters out. I like a lot of the Tainted characters. Tainted Blue Baby, 50-50. And by 50-50, I mean like 20-80. Yo, Pickle Down Rickonomics? You know, I feel like you... And I'm not against it, you know. It's a symbiotic relationship. But I feel like you know... to always give subs after the slash marker for maximum... efficacy. Hold on, I'm gonna try something here. I'm not very smart. It's 100% done on purpose, yeah. It's the Farticus play, I understand. Or is the Farticus play the Pickle Down Rickonomics play? Dude, that's an amazing item. I think we pretty much just won. I thought Animasola was kind of garbage. You realize, like, when... Depending on the enemies, or the bosses at least, that you're, like, going up against, they are not kind of garbage. It's kind of sick. Wait, also, like, one of the greatest throws of my life. That's the kind of throw you can only do... after you've got 1 billion hours in this game. That is true. I think I thought it was garbage because Tainted Jacob is hard. But in reality, Tainted Jacob being hard has nothing to do with Animasola being pretty sick. Beautiful. He's thrown it. I want you to know, by the way, I bought Spider Mod for you. This is not an item that I personally respect that much. And this is half a joke, but half real. I've played enough of the game that for some reason, like, I couldn't tell you how much HP enemies have. But I kind of, like, know when it feels like they're gonna die. Case in point, killing Tainted Esau with the eraser that one time. It's nice to have, but... At the same time, it's, I do it for chat. I know chat likes the spider friends. The spider sisters. Bomb, please. Trade offer. I receive a poop that turns into a bomb. I receive a tinted rock being blown up. There we go. That's the good stuff right there. Hold. And then throw this poop at him. Dude, okay, he's learning. He's learning the micromanagement. Thanks to FTL, I'm no longer scared of a little micro. We could throw the other one at you. I choose not to for now because the bomb synergy is fairly valuable. See if I can maybe hit you with a little Animasola. I hit a wall with Tainted Blue Baby and Delirium. I just can't seem to get there. I mean, I honestly think that the way you make a... And I've never... Oh, you know what? I have done it, actually. But I feel like you just have to get a good run, is really what it comes down to. I think it's less about, like, I gotta play this character perfectly, and more about, like, please just give me a shop with Mom's knife on it. Don't even give me forehead on that. Have you seen, like, the average chat advice over Isaac? Like, the advice literally boils down to, like, you know, pick up the worst items in the game because there's a 1 in 500 chance you get a good item that synergizes with it. Like, I'm sending you the same advice back at you. We're good. Hey, just thinking. Let me cantaloupe up real quick here. Quick little piece of cantaloupe. I'm thinking about where this run goes here. Boss Rush, Dark Room, Mega Satan, maybe Delirium. You have Delirium? Okay, then scrap that. Turn that maybe into a no thank you. Look, I know, a lot of people are very anti-melon. I personally, I think it's like one of the most underrated fruits out there. We've been down this road, I mean, more times than I could possibly care to comment upon. I forgot you can't say melon because it's both Anthony Fantano's nickname and also slang for mammary glands. It's just a cursed fruit all around. Why would someone be anti-melon? You'd be surprised. I feel like it's one of those things where, like, if you live in a food desert, instead of getting delicious, juicy, sweet honeydew and cantaloupe, you basically get, like, orange styrofoam in your grocery store. And then you think that that's where it is everywhere, but really it's mostly just, like, Lincoln, Nebraska. If you live in a grass biome, in Minecraft terms, I'm telling you, the melons are top tier. Occasionally, you'll get like a little mealy piece of honeydew or something like that, but you know, you don't let it become, you don't let it psyop you into thinking that all melons are bad. You bite into another one and you're like, this one's pretty good. Check this out. Stun locked? Like you're doing right now? Okay, angel deals are the play. Thank you for nothing. I will also say, like, and you know, this is a little forehead. But the melon that usually comes in a fruit salad is not good. It's not as good as a standalone melon. I really feel like it's like a baby carrot situation. Like, I feel like they give, in a fruit salad, they give the lowest tier of every produce, you know? Like, they're giving you the most acidic oranges they can find. They're giving you, like, the apples that are, like, the hardest. And the melon, it tends to be tasteless. I hate to say it, but I do think it's true. You know, I'll just buy a Spirit Heart. I'm not feeling too negative about that. Yeah, dude, and then the grapes are like... It's always like a little grape, and then you bite in, and it's got like 15 seeds in it, and you're like, how is that even possible? I don't even see a bomb. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I see a bomb. Yeah, it's like they added the seeds from seedless grapes into the grapes that they put in fruit salad. They're like, whoa, you just thought it was seedless? How naive of you. You thought we did that, like, you know, at the genome level? Nah, man. We do that. Somebody, man, we could, like that monkey that breaks the edamame beans? We got one of those that works at the fruit factory. He pulls all the seeds out of the grapes and then he puts them in other ones. I was like, so friend of the channel, Green9090, was talking about how Twitter was even more insane yesterday than usual, and I replied to him that the The main discourse that I saw yesterday, and this is not a joke, but it depended on the circles you run in, you might not have seen it, but the main discourse I saw yesterday was just psychotic. It was like, please stop pulling stingrays from the ocean and then tickling them. They're not having a good time when you're doing that. And I'm like, do you live in the real world? How often are you coming across somebody like pulling a stingray from the ocean and tickling it for a video? Like, it's like one guy did it and then everyone's like, it's an epidemic. It's like they got you mad over essentially nothing. It's something you've never done in the first place. It's like the quicksand bit from the John Mulaney specials. Is like these. I'm going way too hard on this one. I apologize, but I believe it. I'm like, it's the people that make these tweets like, don't go outside, but they're like, man, when I do go outside, thank God I'm now well versed in stingray etiquette. Because like, hey, by the way, did you know you're not supposed to take a stingray out of the ocean and then tickle it in the stomach in order to make it smile? Because that's not a genuine smile. And you're just like, you're living in like a fantasy world where this is like a real concern. It's just manufactured outrage. But then Green, he took me like one level even further. He's like, did you see that video where the monkey's breaking the beans? And now there's like discourse on the monkey video where people are like, the beans are too hard, the monkey's in agony, this is ridiculous. And you're like, if you realize this guy in the wild is like supporting his own weight while he swings off vines and stuff like he's like cracking coconuts over his chest. Like, what do you mean the edamame is he's in physical pain? You can tell by his face. The edamame, that monkey's probably stronger than I am. He's in agony. Please. So just so you know, like for those of us who live in the real world, don't take a monkey from, you know, like a monkey's habitat and then conscript it into ripping beans in half in your kitchen. Because it's considered not socially acceptable. Just another lesson for you in case you're, like, really practical things for adult life. Like, I'm not saying all controversies are meaningless. I think that's a little too, like, galaxy brain. But when I see some of the stuff that people are getting mad at, I'm like, it's actually like the Germa one guy, right? Like, it's like you saw one guy do something. It's like, don't hit a goat on the head with a big cartoon mallet. The goat does not like it. And you're like, did you see that post? Apparently people are going around hitting goats on the head with big cartoon mallets. Don't come over by me. It's an epidemic, man. People are going around slapping these goats on the head with a big mallet. Oh, who's going around? People have seen the video. You haven't seen the video? Oh, you don't believe that people could be doing this? Okay, if you'll excuse me, please open the door. And then I will return to this area and use my incredible statistical power to take merely 1 damage in advance of my angel statue. Didn't you talk about the plastic bags of gasoline? Yes, but in my defense, that's really funny. The stingray thing is just, you know, it is what it is. The plastic bag thing was like, that's hilarious. Okay, bombs. Bombs are good. And then check this out. Dude, Anamasola plus bombs, like, that's so much less damage than I thought it would be. I'm very disappointed. Okay, I'll just walk through that despite having, like, way more than enough time to actually... Okay, and then, you know, maybe I'll bop bop and I'll do it again. If you don't mind. Give you a quick one of those. Should have blown up the purple fires, man. I'll try, okay? And now it appears someplace else does. Oh, no, excuse me? Relax. Oh, just hold on. Stays in our inventory. Puberty. Hematemesis. Infested. Puberty. Tears down. I sleep. Infested. I'm walking on sunshine. I'm horfing here. I'm perking here. I'm bad tripping. I'm drowsy. I'm shot speed down. I'm a question mark. Please. Please. Oh, wait. It's gone. Wait, that ended up being pretty bad. But we're only one... Yeah, we're only one puberty pill away from getting our spirit heart back, at least. That's something. The tears down hurts pretty bad. No denying that one. Oh, frick. Do I have a bomb? I have 7. What did I hold? Okay, this is... It's not that good. I don't see a bomb in here, man. Like, I really want to go to our shop. Yeah, you're not wrong. This is not a boss rush run. 6, we have no bombs. Alright, I think we're bouncing. Close. I think we're just saying no to the shop for now. We'll get it next floor. It's true, gas and fire does equal a bomb. I guess we did have gas and fire thanks to our hold, but... I'm telling you, like, this is the stuff that's, like, is all well and good. But as soon as this character's iced, like, they're showing up exclusively in random streaks. So I can hear you, but I won't. I don't know if I'd say this character sucks. They're not my ideal choice. They're not my favorite. But I can't deny, you know, it's nice, like, when you go to a boss fight and you just freaking unload the feces on them. There's nothing wrong with that. This character is the Rodney Dangerfield of isometric roguelikes. Okay. In some ways, sure, because it doesn't get that much respect. But on the other hand, like, a lot of things don't get respect. It's just a question of whether or not, you know, they deserve them. Rodney Dangerfield, he's a funny guy. The irony, of course, being that he did get respect. It was just that his bit was not getting respect. This character... Don't... Okay, don't... Look, okay? Look, okay? I just... Somebody posted in the YouTube comments, and I've been grappling with this, that, yes, the odds of the... that was terrible. The odds of getting the item are 1 in 4 per play, but the odds of getting it in under 20, when you would expect, you know, just from the back of the napkin, that you're gonna have to do 4 plays on average, is actually 58% for some reason. Now, I don't know if that's true. However, I believe I replied, what? And I don't know why it is, but it's interesting if true. It doesn't, you know, on a small scale, I don't think it really changes the way I'm going to play the run, but it's interesting to think about. Green text, for some reason, it's literally statistics. Thank you, Professor. Lecture 1 of Statistics 101. What are you guys doing here? It's literally statistics. Okay, I will buy the Spirit Heart. Because it's 1/4 plus 1/4 times 3/4 plus 1/4 times 3/4 plus 1/4 times 3/4. Why is it, why is every subsequent play 1/4 times 3/4? Oh, because it's a 3/4 chance that it hasn't paid out in advance. It could have paid out in advance prior to that point. And as a result, you wouldn't need to factor that into the statistics, so you apply like a probability to it. Okay, that makes sense. When you put it that way, it makes sense. Also known as its statistics. Cool theory, could still take 35 coins. Well, that's the bummer about stats, right? Like, you can use stats to influence your decisions, but, you know, I mean, there could be like a 1% chance of the unthinkable happening, but then, you know, 1% chances happen all the time. Like, if I asked you to pick a number between 1 and 100, there's like, statistically speaking, if you had an equal chance to guess each number, like 70 people in chat would be like, what the hell? The fourth pull has the statistically highest chance to pay out. That can't possibly be true. It's literally statistics. There's no way that's it, unless this is a Dan bit. I feel compelled to dispel this notion for you. The fourth pull isn't physical. Now that might be true. I can't verify or deny that. It had the best chance to pay out in retrospect. I think whatever one it pays out on is the one that it has the best chance to pay out on in retrospect. IMO. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I think it's a Dan bit. I didn't, so I was on the phone. It was not for like Minkus reasons. It just had some administrative stuff to do with my bank while I was watching the baby this morning. So I didn't have my headphones on, but I had Dan's stream up and his chat up, and I saw so many people talking about, like, they were typing comments like, what do you mean do? Like D-U-E. What do you mean you're due for this? Are, like, if a sports team is bad, are they due? I have no idea what the context was, but I can just imagine that while he was playing Snake RX, you know, he was like, you know, we're due. The next reroll is statistically more likely to give us the thing that we want. Yo, the Habs, though. I told you I'm no longer a stand for Les Habitants. I am a Vegas fan. They got a good crowd down there. I'm really rooting for them. Wink, wink. I love Jonathan March Chissot. I can't say Chissot in the robot voice. I love Marc Andre Fleury. He's my favorite. Do you need help? I need an adult. I saw Principal Skinner and Mrs. Krabappel in the closet, and then there was a baby, and the baby smiled at me. I did love, if you haven't seen it, and like I'm not trying to encourage you to watch an entire series of NHL hockey, but go Google Jeff Petry, P-E-T-R-Y, eyes, and you'll see he has like some blood vessels popped in both of his eyes, I guess, like due to the medication that he's taking for one of the injuries that he had, and he actually looks like he came back from hell to play hockey. Like, it's so good. I actually saved the photo on my phone when I saw it, because my plan is that could be an amazing reaction image to use when you've just read somebody post some, like, truly... Oh, that was terrible. Some truly insane, stupid nonsense. You can post that, and people will be like, oh, your eyes turned bloody because what you just read was so stupid. I think it's going to be a great reaction image. The photo is so good. Yeah, me after reading what you wrote. No, that's gonna pop, man. Chib would totally use that. I don't... Dude, is Chib here? Sometimes Chib shows up around this time. What the heck was the tweet yesterday? I'm the Lost? Where he tweeted, Oh, I'm dead dove. That's what it is. He tweeted, quotation marks, you can just scrape the burnt bits off, end quotes, and then the text was, I will kill both of us. I really don't understand the joke. Was the joke like, don't burn my food or something? Like, yeah, you can just scrape the burnt part off. I will literally kill both of us, I believe is the... That's the tweet. It's Zoomer humor? Yeah, but like, I know. But what's the joke? Is that the joke on the man's widow? I'm once again asking you what the joke is. You can't scrape it off. You can't scrape off the hypothetical burned bit? I love Star of Bethlehem. We're getting it on every run, but I love Star of Bethlehem. Try? I mean, try's not so bad, but on the other hand, it's also, like, not so good. Hold on, hold on. What's temperance? This is pills, right? This is take a billion pills? Owns. Owns. Broke even. Owns. I would say, what a waste of everybody's time. Drink a Pilsner? Oh, now you're talking, man. I'm still like, I'm marking my calendar. As soon as patio's open, I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do what I always wanted. I'm gonna drink my first ever White Claw. I gotta find a good, like, excuse. Like, I don't know, maybe a friend throws, like, a, hey, the restrictions are over kind of barbecue or something. I can't just, like, sit on my couch and drink a White Claw. I mean, you literally could, but it's kind of, like, I don't know, sad, I guess. You can sit on your couch and drink, like, a Russian Imperial Stout and be like, this is for science. You can't sit on your couch and drink like a mango White Claw. It's like, at that point, you're lying to yourself. What a terrible bit of damage that was. Says who? Well, like, I mean, it's more like you shouldn't, right? It's like if you go to a party and you eat like some Lay's Poppables, you're like, it's a party. I'm eating Poppables. If you're at home and you're just, you know, oh, I'm bored, I'm just gonna eat like a whole bag of Poppables, I think that's when you got to acknowledge that it crosses the line from self-care to self-destruction. Sure, I'll just get hit at the start of the room. You've never heard of Lay's Poppables? Dude, they're pretty sweet. Like, I could go for some, don't get me wrong. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let my cat out here. You may escape. Goodbye. I still think this run has a chance, even though it sucks right now. I drank more White Claw this year than water. See, that's, like, really bad. You should not do that. That's very bad for you. Certainly, essentially, no matter what, you should drink more water. But you should also almost certainly drink way less White Claw. Like, that's a lot, man. Also, what do you do for work for 2 reasons? One is, are you okay when you're at work? And then the second one is, you're affording like aren't White Claws like, they're probably like $2.50 each minimum, right? Like that. Do you work at the White Claw factory? It's pretty crazy. Are you a cop? No, I'm just like, I'm looking out for you, you know? Those lifestyle choices that might seem like a lot of fun, like right now when you have the health of, you know, your average like 20 or 30 something and very few people to answer to, you may regret your words and your deeds when you get a little older. So I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. All I'm trying to do is not be like one of those people who enables it by being like, yo, so sick, dude, me too. You know what I mean? And there are no sacred cows here. We've been going off for a while on kind of, you know, like the wine ants demographic. You know, don't talk to me until I've had my Chardonnay and something like that. You know, a clock that has... You know, after 5 o'clock, from 5 to midnight, it just says wine. The greatest play of my Isaac career. Wine glass. My doctor said I can only have 1 glass of wine per day, so I bought. That was almost deleterious. I bought a glass that holds an entire bottle. Lol. Oh, why does my stomach hurt? You know, that kind of stuff. So I'm genuine. Oh, not making boss rush, that's for sure. Or hush, that's for sure. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. All I would say is that if you feel bad from this statement, maybe it's worth examining why. Maybe I'm a rude guy, or maybe, you know, it's time for some introspection. This doesn't go out to the person who's drinking 1 White Claw now and then on their couch, by the way. That, you're probably fine. Oop. Or maybe it's both. It's true, it's statistics. 50-50, it either happens or it doesn't happen. You'd be horrified by life in Wisconsin? I did see a tweet that was like, this was like literally a few days ago. I think Justin liked it. And it was like, only in Wisconsin does your $2 cocktail get served in a pint glass. And then almost everybody in the comments was just talking about how much people drink in Wisconsin and Minnesota. And I was like, is everything okay over there? Like, I knew things were like a little messed up when you were putting the cheese inside of the burger instead of on the outside, and then you're eating things called like hot dish and garbage plates and stuff like that. But I didn't know the extent that it went to. Garbage plates are New York. You know, one of those northern states. Please. I receive spirit hearts in exchange. I don't lose them. I was glancing at... We're having a serious discussion here. I was glancing at chat. Amnesia. Luck down. Okay, those are 2 good ones. Are you familiar with all the Minnesotan salads that are not actually salads? I feel... Oh my god. Feel like I'm kind of familiar with, like, ham salad. Don't go back to Spiketown, man. Taffy salad? What the heck is taffy salad? Come on, that's too much. At least, dude, we got some pretty good damage coming out of that. Well, that was not as helpful as I needed it to be, but that's okay. Dude, Anima Sola plus Star of Bethlehem equals I Pog. Like, are you seeing the Pog levels here? I really don't... I can sort of get down with potato salad. I've reached a point in my life where my desire to consume potatoes outweighs my distaste for it to be placed into a salad context for no reason. I'm definitely taking the damage. My tear rate is literally 0.69. What a world. All right, we're going to the dark path anyway, if it works. I hate egg salad. I mean, you're going to get me started on... Ooh. You're going to get me started on egg salad again? It's not the chess fault here. Because, like, it's mostly, I think, the fact that we're Blue Baby. But, like, it's the worst Giga chest I've ever seen. Minnesotan here, my wife got mad at me when I ate a Snickers bar because it was supposed to be used for the Snickers salad. That sounds like something you get served by a Jack the Ripper, like right before he kills you. That's... it's like a Victorian era way of murdering somebody with like a pair of scissors or something. It's actually amazing. I mean, in some ways, how could it be bad, right? It's just a chocolate bar salad. But, like, in other ways, like, you just kind of ask at some point, like, isn't enough enough? It's made of Snickers, apples, and whipped cream. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. You know how, like, in calculus, you can do a, you know, you can have an expression, and then you can, derive it, and then you can also make a second derivative? I feel like you're at the point where, like, a Snickers salad is, like, it's like the 17th derivative. Like, Snickers are made up of products that were derived from things that grow from the earth. None of them in there grow from the earth themselves. They're all modified in some way. And then whipped cream itself does not grow in the earth. That's its own, like, secondary product. Like, it's... the apples come from the earth, don't get me wrong, but it's like... I'm not even, like, anti-processed food necessarily. I mean, as much as the normal person would be, I guess. But it's like you've now, like... process the food and then process two processed foods into another processed food, and you're like, it's just too much. There's got to be a stop at some point. Now what do you do after that? Do you get a waffle cone, turn it into a waffle cone bowl, and then stuff it with Snickers salad, like it, and then I don't know, submerge it in melted butter and then deep fry it? Like, it's... You're going like 12 levels deep now, and then grate that and serve it over top of some hot dish. It's just too much, man. Like, at some point we gotta say, like, this food is just done. It's been processed to the end of the line.
Full health.
It can't be impacted anymore. Just let it be, man. It just makes me so mad, because you know how, like, all of the atoms, you know, on Earth, all matter on Earth was, like, here, you know, created as a result of the Big Bang or whatever? And, you know, like, we're all made of stardust and stuff like that? Like, that's all cool, that's all well and good, until you realize that, like, some of those unfortunate atoms end up being made into Snickers salad. You know, some of those carbon atoms are like, oh, I could have been part of, like, a laser used for arthroscopic surgery. Instead, they're like, nah. They turned me into a chocolate bar that then got chopped up and added with other cursed atoms and then just eaten by somebody who wasn't even paying attention. They don't even, like, remember what it tastes like. Okay, take me out here. Take me out. Yeah, dude, like... Pete, when it comes to the United States, and I'm not an expert on American cuisine, you know, I've never been to the South, I've never really been to the Midwest. I'm familiar with the Pacific Northwest is basically it, you know, and then, you know, like, in Boston, being like, I'll have the fish and chips, please, and then being like, what the hell? These taste just like the fish and chips everywhere else on Earth. But I do feel like the American South gets too bad of a rap, and the Midwest is getting off a little bit too easy. I will say, I was laughing so hard. Did you see the tweet that went viral about how, like, it was about Minnesota again, the Minnesota barbecue? I've never had American, you know, traditional barbecue, whether, you know, Texas or Kansas City or Carolina or whatever. I've never had it in my entire life. Even I looked at that and I was like, is this supposed to look so damn dry? And then it had like a little thimble of sauce. Like, I feel like when people they brag about barbecue, this is not what it looks like. But then I was laughing because somebody replied to the tweet with a photo that went viral years ago about, like, Brooklyn barbecue that looked basically as bad. And they were like, yeah, well, you say keep that in Minnesota, I'll eat my New York barbecue. And then people in the comments were like tripping over themselves to be like, what was that, $100? What was that, like $1 million? Was that like, and you're like, that's the, you literally just don't even know that, like, that's the joke. Like, that's an ancient bait photo that you just got. You're like, I know that barbecue looks bad. I want to be the one to say it. The barbecue looks bad. Okay, hold on. And give me a bomb out of this. We can still make this run work. You know what? We don't need a bomb. Because I've got gas. Who's laughing now? Now that I got gas, who's laughing? Nobody. But yeah, their barbecue did like legitimately look horrible. Admittedly, the person who posted it then owned it, and they said it tastes better than it looks, but it still wasn't that good. But everyone's like, well, wow, if you think that's good barbecue, you should come to my town in Missouri, where 63 people live, and then go to the Bill's Brisket Shack and tell him Jake sent you. And you're like, that's not gonna happen. I gotta take like 6 flights just to get to your municipal airport. I gotta go like Vancouver, Seattle, Dallas, St. Louis. Then I gotta take like a little rickshaw from St. Louis to Biloxi. And like, it's just, are you just to get some barbecue? Are you crazy? Also, why is it served with 26 slices of white bread? And if you could answer the question without using the word sop, that would appeal to me. Anyway, I do have to say, though, there's no denying the barbecue do be looking bad, though. Bombs. Yeah, the best food in the world is where I live. Or, alternatively, this one place that I went to on vacation once where I had a dish I've never had before in my entire life. But I gotta tell you, it's the best I've ever had. That place so good. Maybe you've heard of it. It's an Irish restaurant. It's called McDonald's. They serve ground beef sandwiches, the likes of which you've never seen before. They got cool and sporty names for them too, like Big Mac. It's a lot of fun. And you know what? I bet you're thinking it's a restaurant that only adults can go to. Nah, man. Nah. Very kid-friendly. They got everything. Okay, we go down. Aren't ground beef sandwiches just hamburgers? Who's gonna tell them? Okay, follow the star. Follow the star. What happened to this run? Because it's good now. It used to be bad, and now is good. Star is helping. There's no denying the value of the Star of Bethlehem. I think honestly, you're gonna laugh at me. Hero's Medallion actually like doubled our rate of fire because it had been so freaking depressed thanks to quad shot. You stay away from me. Oh, coat hanger as well. Thank you, thank you. The Star! What is this room's too busy, dude. I opt out of this room. Yo, by the way, I'd like to give big ups to like every media blog on the planet for now that the Marvel show Loki comes out at midnight Pacific time on Tuesday nights. Thanks for having the self-restraint to not write articles that spoil what happens in the episode and then post the headline of the spoiler article on Twitter at like 6:01 a.m. local time. Really appreciate it. Keep it up. You're doing the Lord's work. Thanks for exercising restraint, and I wish you the best. I hate that. I don't even like, it's so annoying because you can just like, I mean, I'm not that worried about spoilers. I genuinely don't really care. It's just kind of like, it just strikes me as so ignorant that like, I mean, you're posting it for one thing, so be it. Like, I understand you gotta, you know, make grocery money. But then secondarily, like, because of the way Twitter works, like even these websites that I don't follow, because they only post articles about like whether or not, like unimpassioned rant in defense of Batman not performing cunnilingus. So I don't follow them because like that's not the kind of content I want to ingest in the first place. But then, like, because of the way Twitter works, it's like, hey, by the way, you tweeted about Loki once. Would you like to just see this spoiler? I think you'd be really interested in this website that is like, you know, 10 reasons why this just happened on Loki. Spoilers. We're good. We're good. Does control cycle through poops? Not really. / not at all. So this is the dream. We have 2 luck. 2 luck, 2 luck, 2 luck, 2 luck. 2 luck, 2 luck. This is good. We shouldn't have many problems. HP is a bit of an issue, maybe. Da-da-da. Exactly. HP is a bit of an issue. But with 2 luck, all we need is a couple HP upgrades. We do have this strength card. Might come in handy. Poop knife. Like, you know that Japanese YouTube channel that, like, I made a knife out of a ginger ale bottle. Imagine if he did trade off it. If he did that, but like with poop, man. You don't even need to like augment a soda bottle to make it sharp enough to cut somebody, though, dude. And I know that sounds like Monka-esque, but I'm really just talking from situations like, you ever make like a birdhouse in school out of like an old 2-liter soda bottle or something? Or even like in a similar vein, if you're like trying to open up like a micro SD card that for some reason is in that like Guantanamo Bay clamshell plastic packaging, if it cuts you, like you will not heal there. It's like you've actually been cut with like a magical sword that prevents the wound from ever healing. It's the worst feeling in the world. Those blister packs, man. I was thinking the other day, for all the negativity in the world today, at least the incidence of blister packaging is way lower. Used to, like, almost every DVD used to come in a blister pack, and you're like, bro, what's the problem? Like, I don't understand. Okay, so, you know, now you've made it that much harder for me to watch Addams Family Values that I legally purchased from the grocery store, or from the Future Shop. Now, you know what? Now I don't even want to watch the movie anymore because my hands hurt so freaking much. I gotta go to the hospital. Great bit here. It's a tweet, okay? Tweet body. Yo, they started locking these MFs up. And then it's an image. It's an image you're going to have to create. It's an image of those, you know how like razor blades are always locked up at like pharmacies and stuff like that? But instead of the razor blades being behind the lock, it's a bunch of DVDs of Minions. Like Despicable Me, Minions 1, Minions 2. Be like, yo, they're finally locking these up. It would be a good tweet. It could go for you. How fun would that be? The video game movie with Adam Sandler. You could do that. Pixels. That's an all-time classic, by the way, for me to poop on. Owns? 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 And owned. Okay. And I'm spent. I kind of want to destroy you by doing this. I'm going to break your hand, then I'm going to freeze you in place, and then I'm going to skip a couple of sections just by doing... I think that'll make our life easier long term. I guess we might as well pop strength. And this is looking pretty good. I mean, this is downright surgical. He healed? Oh, son of a... yeah, it didn't really help him that much, apparently. Seems like it's going okay. Remember when in Pixels it was implied that one of the individuals... It gets him right on his nose, dude! It was implied that one of the individuals impregnated Qbert. So that's funny, don't get me wrong. But the real answer is no, I don't remember that, because I was already too old when it came out to possibly see it, much less spend money to see it. You know what I was thinking the other day? I'm very surprised we won this, by the way, but we did. Dingleberry and Charming Poop. That's a big win. Slash marker. Blue Baby 1.